Well, good morning. I hope you had a great weekend. This is Alvin Reed, and I am awake because the time change has got me, and I'm a morning person. So sorry. I'm on. This is part 3 of a series I'm doing, just looking through the Book of Acts, thinking about what if we had a Jesus movement today, the original Jesus movement we see in the Book of Acts as people were filled with the Holy Spirit and began to share the gospel. And we're going to see how that unfolded in the face of persecution and struggles in the church and so many things. And we're going to see that, and I'm going to talk about that in terms of the Jesus movement of the early 1970s, which is kind of in vogue right now because of the movie and other things. There's a lot of interest in that as well. And so I'm using the Readable Bible. This is something we produce at Ironstream Media, and this is a single volume. You can get just the book of Acts and do a Bible study and just read through it and ask some inductive questions about what is this saying about God? What is this saying about me? What is this? How do we apply this to our lives today? And so on. So I want to read verses 6 and following. So just hang with me here. So when they had come together, the disciples, they asked him, Lord, are you going to restore the kingdom of Israel now? Jesus has risen from the dead. He's about to ascend to the Father. And they're asking him still about the kingdom. They're asking about the future. The theological term for that is eschatology. I like to use words bigger than mayonnaise, about once a day. And so eschatology is one of those. And so they're asking about that. And Jesus said, he didn't say eschatology is unimportant. He talked about the end times a good bit when he was on the earth. And the Bible talked, when we had the book of Revelation and so on. But Jesus said, man, that's not the thing you need to focus on right now. Verse 7, he answered, it's not for you to know the times or the seasons the Father has set by his own authority. That's above your pay grade, okay? But, verse 8, you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes upon you. We talked about that last time. And you will be what? My church builders, and you're going to be church architects. No, you're going to be great singer. No, you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, to the ends of the earth. More about that next time. After that, he was taken up. He was ascended to the Father, verse 9, and they're looking up, and some angels came and said, why are you looking into the sky? Why are you stargazing? Get busy. This Jesus who'd been taken up to heaven will come back in the same way you watched him go into heaven. He's going to return, and it could be soon, and we need to live in a lot of that. And if you go back to the Jesus movement of the early 70s, you saw 2 things emphasized more than anything else. Number 1, Jesus is the answer. He's the one way through Jesus. That was the big thing, one way. And hippies and young people were sharing Christ everywhere. That was the number 1 thing. But number 2, Jesus is coming back, and you better be ready. And so eschatology and evangelism were huge in the early 70s, like they were in the book of Acts. But Jesus said in Acts 1:8, focus on your witness. And that's what we need to give priority to today. And it could be something as simple as just evangelism is not inviting someone to church, but that's a good step if you've not done that before. We have a series coming up that's for folks who aren't regularly in church at our church, and we've got some little connect cards, and I've already given some out to some guys, and I'm going to be giving those out to neighbors and the baristas I know at coffee shops and so on. That's not evangelism, but if you've never talked about Jesus to folks publicly and it scares you, man, just an invitation. Just give it an invite. It might be something else. It may be that there's someone you've been burdened to talk to about Jesus, and you need to take them to coffee or take them to lunch and just share Christ with them. I've got a book coming out. It's already up on Amazon called Sharing Jesus, Showing Kindness. You can pre-order it. There you go. And it talks about how to do that. But what the point I want to make of this little passage in the book of Acts is this. It's so easy for us to get distracted, to think about, oh man, the situation in the world today, or the fact that we're so polarized and we're so divided, and a lot of people are angry and triggered and easily just outraged in this day. Like the day of the first apostles, we need to focus on being witnesses for Jesus in our lives and with our lips. And so I hope today you'll be encouraged that while we ought to be not stick our heads in the sand and unaware of things that are going on in our world, and we certainly ought to be preparing for the return of Jesus, Jesus made it unambiguously clear. The last thing Jesus said was, be my witnesses. Let's go about that today. God bless. Thank you.